What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Invincible Guardian of the Globe video. And finally, Machine Head's event is out, new character. So it looks like we have quite a few characters planned this year. So guys, gear up for a lot of these events. And going forward, as of the 2.14 patch, we have this amazing new trophy road. I personally like it. Let me know what you guys think, your feedback of this feature. But it looks like a kind of nice way to artificially boost the event, as well as getting a free copy of the character. Hey, that never hurts. He is pretty hard to get, as are all new heroes, with their rates being very, very low. So this is a really nice way to kind of get that character and some other little goodies for free along the way. If you guys didn't know, it's an amazing time that it's Criminal Faction Week, because that crosses over with the Recruit 280 heroes from Criminal Organization Faction there at the bottom. Great way to get a lot of those. Like I said, it is Criminal, Faction Week, so you guys should be able to get some food, as well as the Faction Pass free side. So if you guys want to chip away at that, hopefully you guys have this mostly maxed out by this stage, though. I think it's been 3 days the event's been out. So nice long event. We have a nice, character release, and let's cover Machine Head. Interesting character. One of my personal favorites from the show. I mean, his comedic relief is hilarious.
I'm missing my computer classes. How else am I going to learn Microsoft Word and get a job in a office?
Some of his lines are just so funny. So finally, very happy to have him in the game, but a little disappointed with how he's performing, but we'll cover that. So let's cover very quickly this new op system. They seem to be doing this every time now. So the actual op to run is the mob business. If you guys are curious as what to run, I would say your most powerful heroes, because this is a mildly hard op. So I would put in your most powerful heroes. For me, it's pretty much my Downtown Destruction team, a little bit changed up. I have Russ to give my invaders a boost, and I have Blue Suit Mark. This is pretty much my main team minus Craig. But this seems to be doing pretty well for me, so I cannot complain. You guys could also run Fish Versa strat. I know there's some infographics that people put in the Discord if you guys are interested on min-maxing this, but for the most part, hey, if you get more than 150 or 200 tokens, you're doing pretty well. In terms of what to buy from the shop, if you guys are still looking and the event is still running by the time you watch this, only the red tickets, the red ticket 1000 bundle. I would probably pass on this, as they are just charging you mostly for your chips and refresh chips, right? This is not an awful deal, albeit this one's probably not bad, but if you guys are mildly going into this event, don't buy these. If you guys are going crazy like me, these are probably the bundles for you. And just note that the silver tickets, like I said, going forward, they seem to be doing this dual trend. This one is for once you have the character actually built, and it seems to be a sort of just single operation for him, where you're not going to break a lot of waves. Like if you break 20, you do pretty well. So I think we got this for the first time with the Nolan event. Correct me if I'm wrong, but looks like this is what they would like to do going forward. So very excited that we get some more just free rewards, really, is what it is, if you guys build the character early. And let's take a look at him finally. So new criminal. We have not gotten a good criminal in a while. Will he break that streak? Let's see. So Machine Head, his first ability. And we're going to read all the abilities at level 10. Just because that's where most of the skills are going to end up. Machine Head orders Isotope to summon 2 criminals, Kursk and Magmaniac or Tether Tyrant. The summoned criminals inherit 55% of Machine Head's base attack and 40% of his other base stats. So this is what people are a little disappointed with, myself included. When he actually spawns these 2 characters, they are very, very weak. So they only get 55% of his base attack, meaning, oops, that's the attack stat without gear or without any artifacts, unlike Craig, where you can kind of boost his stats that pass on to his Viltrumite summons. You cannot do that with Machine Head, making him a rather weak variant of a summon character. It looks like they were aiming for a sort of Craig-type character for criminals, but they were kind of scared to give him the power behind it. Very interesting. So he is a support that kind of just summons off his base stats. So if you want the summon to be higher, mind you, you guys literally need his level to be higher. Gear will not, artificially inflate that, as well as artifacts. So unfortunately, there's no real way to get that stat up, and that is one of his best skills, unfortunately. So I feel like if the developers wanted to go forward pushing him to a bit more of an A tier character or a stronger character, Just change the word base, take the word base off, take it out of the formula. Why don't you just base it off the character stats? That way he's at least usable for people that want to build him, but I think that very much holds him back, unfortunately. His second skill, though, Death Dividend. Okay, so this one's interesting. When an ally of the Order, and if you guys did not know, because I did not know, they changed Married to the Mob tag to the Order a little while ago, which makes a little bit more sense, especially with some potential upcoming characters, that we may or may not see. So they kind of solidified the wording here when they released Machine Head with the Order. So when an ally from the Order is defeated, all remaining allies immediately gain a 1.25% boost at base. I believe at 5 is where they include the attack stat boost at 2%. And at 10, goodness gracious, I keep going to Reanimate today. At 10, it's 3%. So once again, a very good skill on paper. It looked very good, but in practice, just not a very powerful skill. He pairs very well, I guess, with Paul now that Paul is the Order and he makes clones of himself, therefore giving stacks. But it's just a permanent attack stat of 18% until people die. That's okay, but seeing that we have Blue Suit Mark, who passes on a very, very strong, 70+% attack boost, and 18% is just not considerable, in my opinion. They would need to do a bit of a beef up, and even at 15, it's only 24%. Just not enough attack stat. The max HP is just not a worthwhile endeavor. Keeping heroes alive does not help as much as doing damage does, especially for pushing waves. And I don't see people pouring him into GDA ops because of that. I mean, if he was strong for GDA ops, he would have gotten built. And for the people that have a criminal team, perhaps he can fit in there. But the only thing he's got going for him at the moment is the fact that he does not have a human tag. So just kind of an interesting, very conservative way, putting an interesting skill with the character, but not making them broken. Third skill here, Tactical Bribery. And this one is kind of funny. I will say the animation in game where you see him just throwing money, that stuff is funny. At the start of the battle, and every 30 seconds, he bribes an enemy with the highest attack stat. This one's interesting. We'll see how this plays out in PvP. I mean, they're very, very small at the moment, but applying confusion for 6 seconds and boosting their attack by 50%. So the only thing decent here is the duration for 5 seconds and the confusion for 6. So 6 seconds of boosting an enemy with the highest attack stat like Conquest or Universa or Blue Suit Mark to attack their own team with a plus 50% attack stat could be decent. That's the only decent perk I feel like he has going for him because the summons are just not there. And last skill, Killing Insects. I thought Instincts for a moment. Killing Insects. Very fitting for him with that fight with Mark in his office. I think that's where they're getting this perk from. When an enemy's HP drops to 30% or below, Machine Head summons Battle Beast, who inherits 95% of his base attack and 48% of his base stats. Once again, base stats, and that really limits the character from being good, especially good anytime soon. Max 1 Battle Beast summoned simultaneously, obviously, hopefully, that would make sense, and cooldown of 25 seconds, even at 15. Gosh, super conservative numbers. 120% attack stat, 55% all other base. Just very mid. From what the testing community has seen, apparently the Battle Beast has the same matched skills, the summon. But the Tether Tyrant, Mag Maniac, and Kursk do not. Just FYI, if you guys are interested. So basically, if you were to get all of his skills to 10, apparently the Battle Beast's skills will also match that of Machine Head, kind of like Craig's work. So that's kind of where we're at the moment in terms of what we found out about the character. Some interesting dynamics could be, like I said, Paul. I think Multi-Paul is probably one of the best pairings with him, kind of similar to Sinister Mark. I think Multi-Paul works really well with them, but most people don't have Multi-Paul built. So are you getting maximum value out of Machine Head? Probably not. And the only other people that have the Order is very few. I think we have Titan in the rares, right? So if you guys have Titan built, that's great. I don't have him here, so sorry, but he would pop up. But we have Titan and then the rares. So if you guys don't have one of these rare characters built, you're probably not getting the best value out of that skill. And he really is, a kind of a weak summon character, and that's really not going to be the strong suit. I would say the only thing he has going for him is that attack stat boost, tripping on my words here, the Confusion. I would just say those two exclusively. I mean, Confusion for, the enemies attacking themselves takes them out of play, and then boosting your allies' attack stat permanently has some decent potential, but it just looks like he's a food character at the moment. I mean, I'm excited about him. He's cool. I'm glad we have him in the game. I just don't know if I'm even going to build him, unfortunately, because he is just very, very weak. But we will see. We'll see as time goes. Maybe we'll be proven wrong. But let me know what you guys think of this character. If the skills were what you guys wanted or not, I certainly will give my feedback. I think that it's okay for them to be conservative with the numbers and the percentages, but don't hold back on the skills and let the characters grow into the skills, because I don't think the base stat really just keeps him from being weak until he's like level 1000 plus, right? But I think that it's totally fine to let characters' stats be inflated and reflected on their skills. If someone wants to dedicate a really good set of gear, I mean, that costs them resources anyway, so why not let that benefit the character? And it just seems that they don't want to have that influence. So, interesting character, but I don't think he's going to be in any PvP meta teams. If you guys are interested in the event, maybe just pick up some criminals. That's what I have been doing. The rates are obviously pretty rough for Machine Head. It's sub 1%. Even at level 10, it's 1%. So, probably just shoot for the other elites, and they are all here. So, if you guys wanted to build Cape Vincible, I probably wouldn't recommend it, but I would probably... If I was to pick, I would go for Komodos. I would probably go for Powerplex or Doc Seismic. If you guys are building your Maulers, I would say obviously pick up some ranged Mauler copies or whoever else you guys want to build. But for me, I'm just going to do Komodo, King Lizard, Powerplex, and Doc. Sorry, not King Lizard. All the other ones are just kind of food. King Lizard would probably be my other pick if you guys want to build for ops and you have no criminals built. He's not bad because he does have a team-wide buff. And really, we want characters that give our teams buffs. If they don't have any team synergies, they're not really wanted on the GDA Ops roster. And if they're not in my GDA Ops roster, I'm probably not building them for PvP. So if you guys are, though, and you want a full criminal team, go crazy, by all means, But I think the Lizards, if anything, have better synergy with each other. And we're going to probably need to see some more Order characters, maybe, a leader, another attacker. So let's see here, what we get from the Order faction kind of subclass and criminals in general. But at the moment, the last few criminals have just been kind of weak, with the exception of Komodo, I would say. Just kind of, they need a lot of power and a lot of investment in their skills and their abilities and their levels to just perform. And I would just say, if you guys are honestly starting out, I would put a lot of your skills and investment into ranged Maulers for your teams, and probably Doc Seismic, who's one of the only, if not, one of 2 or 3 characters that counter Viltrumites very, very well, and he does a good job of it. So I'd probably grab some copies while you guys can. I'm not going to do a polls video, unfortunately. I did not do a lot of these with the intention of filming it, but if I do pull anything crazy, I will let you guys know, and I'll probably do some highlights in the Discord or whatnot. But I hope this was a good overview for the new character. And let me know what you guys think of the new character down below. Did you want his skills to be a little more powerful? What would you guys change about them? And are you looking forward to any other The Order characters coming out here for the criminal faction? I think we desperately need a strong criminal to counter Viltrumites other than Doc. And I think they have plenty of characters to choose from, and hopefully this is the year we will get them, most likely. But I guess I'm just looking forward to the new season dropping and the promise of some new characters. But this is just kind of the character to hold us, to hold us over until we get our new season. Well, it's a little disappointing, but hey, we'll take them for now as a kind of tie until the new season. Hopefully we get some new characters sometime soon. But let me know what you guys think of the character down below. Good luck in the event. Maybe grab some copies or some food. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.